where's my phone at? So this is a two-part because for some reason my computer decided it was gonna cut us off right in the middle of it. We were talking about his greatest gift that he's received in recovery was his daughter. Let's talk about how you got your daughter back in your life. How that happened? Because the last thing I heard is that you got divorced. She went this way, you went that way, and you've only seen her once a year.
Yeah, several years I would see her like once a year, and there was a few times where I would set something up and I was supposed to go get her or wherever, but then I go get loaded and I don't even show up, So it was when I got to the Maple House the first time, and I made amends, and then I went back out, and when I went back out, I was supposed to go see my mom, my sister, and my daughter was going to go down to Texas and meet me there, and I was supposed to spend like 2 weeks with them. But when I went back out, I told them all along I'm still coming, but like 2 days before I was supposed to get on that plane, I was so twacked out I couldn't even do it, and I broke all their hearts, and so then when I came back to the Maple House the second time, I worked the steps, and I went and met her and her mom for lunch to make amends, like a real amends, a face-to-face amends, right. And something happened with that amends. It's awesome, man. It's like this icy mountain between me and this individual, and then when I go to them and I say, I apologize for all this stuff, but not only that, but what can I do to make it right? Like I'm going to put I'm putting the ball in your court, I'm not going to tell you how your amends goes. I'm going to let you decide, and it went great, man.
That's what's up.
And I continue to make amends. I continue to make amends by doing the next right thing and practicing all these principles in all my affairs, and it's that whole thing of making amends to her and her mom and the relationship we all have together now, like, so not this last Christmas, but the Christmas before, I went to take my daughter a Christmas present. They live in Odessa, and I took her this big bear, and I took it in there, and her mom invited me to come eat dinner with her husband, his family, all her kids, and it was like a spiritual experience. Here I am eating dinner with the family that, like, it's pretty special stuff.
So what's up, dude? So Carl Baumgartner.
Baumgarten.
Isn't it Baumgarten? Is it? Every time I hear his name, I think
Baumgarten.
Every time I hear his name, I think of the dude that beat us in the World Series, and it just, it's like, gosh, dang it, Carl.
Oh. Poor Carl.
Poor Carl, man. What's the one thing you're most grateful for in your new life? I guess that's almost what's the greatest gift you receive, but what's the most thing you're grateful for?
My relationship with God.
That's what's up.
There's nothing else like it. And I never had anything like it, like I thought I had a great relationship with God before I came in,
right.
But there's nothing else like it. There's nothing else like these pockets of peace I have with the Lord that just blows me away. And I had several of them through working the process of working the steps, you know what I mean? And the game changer for me was that ninth step, and that's where I really started experiencing like the emotional, physical, and spiritual presence of God.
So Jennifer Iliff?
Mm-hmm.
She wants to know, what has been the key motivator for staying sober on your not so good days? What's your why?
It's a twofold. I have two answers to that.
Mm-hmm.
It's still the memory of the pain and suffering. It's still all of that, like being the memory of just being not having my own place and just being able to rent a little bedroom is my apartment. You know what I mean? And I don't have anything. I don't have anybody, and I'm all alone. it's the memory of not having a fellowship. You know what I mean? It's a memory of being out there all alone and not realizing, like, I don't have anywhere to go. I don't have any place to call home. It's the memory of the apartment I had before I came back to the Maple House with a skylight in the ceiling. Tweakers shouldn't get apartments that have skylights in the ceiling. And I thought I seen a helicopter up there, and I was like hiding from it for like 8 hours, you know, and the raccoons that I was talking to, and I had called the police on myself, you know, and that whole thing, like, and then what I was just talking about, my relationship with God. There's something else popping up.
Yeah, we don't want nothing else to cut us off. That's for dang sure. Let me get that up out of there. Sorry, people.
This amazing presence in the relationship with the Lord is there's nothing else like it. There's nothing else like that. There's nothing like that peace and that presence. And then when I hear God speak to me, you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing else better than that. So that's my continued drive for this. I want more of that. You know what I mean? I want more of that. I want more of Jesus.
That's right. So you know Stephanie Bond?
Yes.
She said, what is one healthy habit you do every day that you learn from someone in recovery?
Inventory. Continue to do inventory. Continue to look at myself and being honest with myself of when I'm resentful, selfish, dishonest, or afraid.
So, you know what it is to be hopeless.
Yeah.
That's the despair. What hope freed you from the pit of despair? Like, what glimpse of hope was it that helped you realize, you know what? I do have hope. There is hope for me. Can you remember that?
Yeah. When I go into the rooms and I hear my story from somebody else, but they give me hope because I see they have a smile on their face. They have a car. You know what I mean? They have their family, you know. They gave me hope. Like, I couldn't do it without the fellowship.
I know that's right. That's 100% true. Christina Johnson wants to know, what is your favorite thing that has changed about yourself since finding recovery?
Say that again?
What is your favorite thing that has changed about you since finding recovery? And what would you say if you could talk to yourself in the past life? Like, what would you tell a newcomer or someone before they decided to make that change?
So what's the first question?
First question is, what do you like about you, the new you? What's changed about you that you like the most?
Confidence.
Yeah.
I was not confident apart from this program or working the steps. Yeah, it's brought me confidence.
So what would you tell your old self if you could?
I was going to say, we got to do what we got to do. We can't. There's no more. Don't
stop.
Yeah. Like, dude, you're just making it worse. Stop. Listen to somebody, you know what I mean? I never want to listen to anybody.
Right. So Stephen, I think you know Stephen.
Yeah.
He says, how much does watching all of us grow up around you mean to you? Because there's a few of us that have been there since day one.
Man, that is so powerful. Because otherwise I'm doing this by myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you and Anthony and Steven and
Lester and
Lester
John, all of us.
Like, we get to do this together, and there's nothing else like that. You know what I mean? Like, that we can talk about these memories of being at the Maple House and stuff, and I'm so grateful that you're here with me doing this. You know.
Me too, bro. I love you to death, man. For real.
Love you, man.
So that's the end. That's the end of them. We're recovery plugs. We we put ourselves out there as being what people need to get get the recovery they need. How do you do that today? What are some things that you offer as a recovery resource in the community?
What do I offer?
Yes, so if someone had found you today and was on drugs and needed to, are you approachable? Are you someone that they can talk to? Are you someone that you can lead them in the right direction? Do you have resources for them? What are some of the resources that you know of? Just any of that. What do you do today? What is your job?
Call me, man. My number is 816-405-1064. Call me. It's got to start somewhere. We got to be willing to reach out. I think when I was out there, if somebody just said, "Hey, call me," at least I would have known. You know what I mean? But I don't remember a lot of that. I might not have been able to hear, but call me. Okay, so I'm the director at Good Foundation. And my job is to provide sober living for hopeless, helpless addicts and alcoholics. We provide a safe place to come live at. We get guys and girls that are hopeless, you know what I mean? We don't end up with Samsonite luggage. We have Glad and Hefty, right? So I'm so blessed to be in a job where I get to be of service to others, and there's hope out there, you know what I mean? Like some of these smaller towns and stuff, they don't have sober houses, but there's a lot of sober living in the greater Kansas City area, and here at the Good Foundation, we just want, it's about recovery. It's about working the steps. That's our foundation at the Good Foundation. It's about getting a sponsor and working those steps and going to meetings and everything else. I mean, gotta go to work every day. Gotta go to work every day and start learning how to be accountable. Like making our bed first thing. You know what I mean? You remember when they told us
But I know you guys provide rides to work and everything else. I mean, you guys don't just make these guys. I mean, you actually help them get to work. You help them find a job, help them keep a job. I mean, so basically, your story that you told leading up to where you ended up, if someone was listening to that story and heard the exact same thing that they're doing right now, is this a place that they could go to get help?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, that's what it's about.
We need people that, whatever you need, and call me. If our beds are full, we work with the other houses too. It's not like us versus them. We're all on the same team.
There's a lot of
Maple House. There's other houses. There's lots of Victory House and there's Healing House. There's a Welcome Center. There's Union House. We're all working together to help each other in this thing. And
that's what's up.
Yeah, Good Foundation. We provide transportation to and from work, to and from the meetings. We just help it. Helping people find their way.
What's up, dude? I love it.
Yeah, it's great.
Freaking love it. Yeah. Well, that's it, man. Yeah.
I love being a part of the recovery field. Yeah. I didn't used to be. I would have never. When I got offered this job, before I got offered it, I was like, I'm never going to do that. I want to work a regular job, and then when I was offered it, it's something I prayed about for 3 days. And actually, I got my answer from Pastor Bob's blog on the talents, the parable of the talents. And I forgot to tell him about that. But
well, he will know now, Bob. You hear what he said.
It was awesome.
Well, you're definitely being a recovery plug, man, and helping out and giving back, which is what we do. Yeah. So thanks for coming.
Thank you, brother. I love you, man.
I love you too, brother.
Thank you.
That's it, y'all. We're done. Bye. Hopefully we'll get Anthony Payton next. I'll talk to him.
Anthony.